Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 5 starts now.
A little girl simply running to the ice cream truck when she was hit by a driver of a Range Rover. That driver took off. Tonight we're hearing from the little girl's father.
Thousands of Southwest flights canceled all over the country. What is causing this issue, and what can you expect as we head into the busy holiday travel season? I'm Hank Winchester. Help me, Hank. We have expert information coming up.
Okay, Hank, but we're going to begin in Franklin Township in Lenawee County, where state police, the FBI, and the Lenawee County Sheriff's Office are searching fields in connection to a woman who went missing earlier this year.
What happened to 52-year-old Deanne Warner has been top of mind in Lenawee County since she vanished back in April.
Tonight, there are brand new developments in the case as crews are out searching this afternoon. Let's get to Mara McDonald. She's live in Franklin Township tonight. Mara, what can you tell us?
Kimberly, take a look. This is the Warner family home. You can see that they've got it cordoned off with crime scene tape. A look further down, you've got two sheriff's mobile command units. They have gone through the house, they have gone through the barns, and they're doing a grid search of nearby farmland. 52-year-old Deanne Warner has been missing since April 24th. Also missing are her purse and phone, although there has been no movement on any of her credit cards or her phone. When she was first reported missing, the Lenawee County Sheriff's Department searched hundreds of acres of nearby farmland with dogs and drones and came up with nothing. Now, more than 5 months later, they're back with assistance from the FBI and MSP, and they're going over the farm property with ground-penetrating radar and dogs and looking in specific areas and marking off certain areas. Clearly, they want to revisit those soon.
We're a small community. Tecumseh, Lenawee County, Adrian, and especially Tecumseh. And so a lot of people knew Dee. And so this really hits close to home. There's a lot of people that this has impacted.
Back here live, Sheriff Bevere updating us just moments ago on this search. He says that today wasn't necessarily about new tips, but it was about timing. These fields have been cleared, so it's a good day to come out here with that ground penetrating radar, and it is before hunting season, so he is hopeful that his crews out here have come up with something. We're live in Franklin Township in Lenawee County tonight. I'm Mara McDonald, Local 4.
All right, Mara. Our other top story tonight, horrifying video obtained by the Local 4 defenders showing a little girl getting hit by a car.
Yeah, that driver then stops, picks her up, and hands her off to neighbors, then leaves the scene. Let's bring in Defender Sean Lay tonight. Sean, you just got an update from police on this story.
Yes, they say that driver did leave the scene. The video also confirms that as well, but the driver later came back. Now, the father says of the little girl, there's much more to this. He says the driver picked his little girl up, and when people came out of their homes, he was acting like he found her in the street. The video is heartbreaking. An excited 7-year-old girl, a dollar in her little hand, charges down her steps and into the street. You can see why. An ice cream truck is there. We can't show you what happens next. It's just too disturbing to see. The moment that little girl runs out from behind the truck, we'll freeze the video right there. She's hit by an oncoming SUV. The impact sending that little girl tumbling down the street. The driver got out and picked up the girl and handed her to a neighbor. Then he backs up so no one can see his plate, and that driver leaves the scene. We spoke with the girl's father today. His daughter is now out of the hospital with scrapes on her face and head, but he says she did not suffer any major injuries. But she's otherwise okay?
Yeah. They told me in the hospital everything is okay because they check everything on her. And
what's not okay? The driver backing away after hitting a little girl. Her father thought he'd stop and call 911.
When he had the accident, I was thinking he's gonna call an ambulance or something like that.
Neighbors tell us this street has new speed bumps and lots of children. Drivers, they say, have to slow way down and watch for kids, knowing kids may not be watching for them.
Even when they're up in the sidewalk, we're still not safe. We're still not safe.
Back here live, even though that little girl ran in front of the SUV, it's a Range Rover, Neighbors are saying there's a stop sign that comes out just like a school bus on the ice cream truck. Several drivers, including the driver that hit the girl, ignored that stop sign. In the meantime, guys, Detroit police, they've assigned this case to a detective. That driver has not been arrested, not been charged, but every aspect of this continues to be investigated. Back to you.
And Sean, I know neighbors are also telling you that drivers often speed down Addison, and they got Detroit police involved.
They're very involved neighbors there. They asked for speed humps. They got them. They asked police to do a speed patrol. They got that. They would like police to come back and do it again.
And again, that little 7-year-old girl is going to be okay tonight. Sean, we really appreciate it. All right, now to the weather. And we've got some rain in the forecast, but today was nice, though.
It was gorgeous, yeah. Let's get over to Paul. I know there's a lot of the state under the threat of severe storms. Paul, should we be worried about that?
No, I'm just going to put that to rest right now. We are not going to get severe weather out of this thing tonight. We've had the clouds thicken up this afternoon, which has some people concerned, but the clouds also have not dampened the temperatures. Look at this. We are still in the upper 70s to low 80s across the area. Dew points well into the 60s. It feels like a July day out there right now, but Storm Tracker 4 shows you that the July-like thunderstorms are off to our west. Lots of batches of them here. This yellow area here is a tornado watch, but notice the storm motion is due north. Now, the system is going to eventually make some movement to the east, but the thing is, this storm motion's to the north, and by the time this stuff finally gets to our area, it's overnight when things are cooler. In fact, not till really late tonight, till tomorrow morning, that we start seeing any of this. And by that point, it's just going to be scattered light showers. But our evening is going to be great. Get out the grill, do some grilling. It's going to be fantastic. Falling just through the 70s this evening. But again, dry through the evening. It's not till after midnight that we start seeing the shower chances ramp up toward morning. We do have a correction in terms of temperatures coming up. We'll talk about that timetable in just a few minutes, guys.
All right, Paul. Now to the coronavirus and the 3-day total from the weekend. The state is reporting 9,137 new cases. It's a little more than 3,000 cases per day. 36 new deaths are also being reported, with 18 of those coming from a review of vital records.
And Michigan is tracking coronavirus outbreaks in schools across the state. We just got an update into the newsroom, and here's where things stand. There are currently 83 new COVID-19 outbreaks in schools. Cases in schools, remember, are considered an outbreak when there are 3 or more cases among children from different households that may have stemmed from shared exposure on school grounds. For a complete list of impacted schools, just head over to our website, click on Detroit.com. As numbers are still high here in Michigan, it's a different story, though, in other parts of the country.
New cases, hospitalizations, and deaths are all down. And today there are indications that by the end of the year, doctors could have a new valuable weapon in the fight against the virus. Jay Gray is following all of that tonight from Washington.
Good evening. And drug maker Merck is now asking for emergency authorization for a pill that they say cuts hospitalizations and deaths for those who contract the virus by half. Doctors warning they may need that help. Concerned winter could bring a double dose of problems. Crowds fill the streets in Boston. The marathon on again for the first time in 2 years.
Just a wonderful return to racing.
With much of the country running toward the way things were before the pandemic, drug manufacturer Merck is looking to speed up that race to normal. Today, applying for emergency use of an antiviral pill that, when taken as symptoms begin, cuts the risk of hospitalization and deaths in half. With FDA approval, it could be available by the end of the year. Still, many doctors stress the shot is the surest way to stay safe.
Maybe this will keep you out of the hospital to the tune of 50% reduced risk. So nothing like the vaccines, which are 90+% effective at doing the same thing.
With cases starting to climb again in the Plains states as temperatures fall and more people gather inside, there's concern about this year's flu season and the possibility of a twin-demic this winter.
Because less people are getting flu shots and more people are out and about, we could see a winter surge of both COVID-19 and the influenza virus, creating even more strain on the healthcare system.
Another reminder that the race against the virus isn't a sprint, but a marathon. Those on the front lines point to a death toll that still averages 1,700 a day. As evidence, we're just not near the finish line when it comes to COVID. In Washington, Jay Gray, Local 4.
And if approved, Merck's pill will be the first COVID treatment that does not require an IV or an injection. The road is back open after a semi rolls over in Detroit. This happened earlier this afternoon on the southbound Southfield Service Drive. It's just south of 8 Mile Road here. Police are still working to figure out what caused this rollover.
Gasoline prices in Michigan have hit a new high for this year. Prices jumped 12 cents in the last week. On average, people across the state are paying $3.33 per gallon for regular unleaded. That's an average of about $50 to fill up. The least expensive gas prices in Michigan here in Metro Detroit, with people on average paying $3.29. Ann Arbor is the least expensive, Lansing the most expensive. Experts say the hike is because crude oil prices are rising and people are driving more.
Well, still to come, leaders of an Oakland County mosque are reaching out tonight after it was vandalized over the weekend.
Why they want the person responsible to come forward, and it's not so they can hand them over to police.
And the city of Detroit is pouring $5 million into fixing something that's been an issue for decades. And here's Hank.
Are you planning to fly Southwest? Well, you may not get off the ground. Thousands of cancellations, but will other airlines be impacted? I'm Hank Winchester. Help me, Hank, tonight.